to actually win a lot of matches. So does that make sense? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I just had it, and now I'm having trouble putting it into words. But if we want to get second, actually, we can just like let SKG like overtake us as long as Nilla Ninjas loses matches, then we should still be comfortably in second. Um, at any rate, we're in a pretty commanding lead, but that's neither here nor there. Looks like it's a coin start this time, so game 1 on Jebul Musa.
Yeah, and Germany finding 50 coin, which is obviously quite good. You will be able to trade coin instantly and get hunting dogs at like 27 seconds, which is very good.
Yeah, that's very nice. France also going for an early market in base, and looks like Germany is also going to stumble upon 50 wood, although I don't... Yeah, it looks like he scouted it and he's coming back for it.
It's very well for Gator. He's gonna work on that and get exactly the amount of coin he needs to trade, so he's not gather any more coin.
Yeah, that's nice mental maths there. 116 plus the 65 here we'll leave him with.
High IQ AoE players.
Yeah, just insane. Because you need 175 coin, right, for the 50 for hunting dogs and 125 for the trade. So very nice for him. And so he's going to get an early hunting dogs in too. Not quite as early as Germany, but nonetheless he's going to like it. And this 50 wood doesn't actually speed up Knuschelbär's age 1 because he had to chop for the house already. So
Yeah, true. I'll probably speed up his TP in transition, but yeah. So let's see the corner. We've got a Gurkha and a coin treasure. Okay. So apparently no 90 wood and no settler treasure this time. So the best treasure remaining will be kind of this one or the coin.
yeah, both pretty good treasures. I'm kind of surprised we don't see wood treasure. I think that usually spawns on this map. Nonetheless, this is a really nice treasure. 210 for the 210 coin for the 3 smugglers. These guys are actually kiteable. So if you crack shot one and come back, you can kite one and crack shot another with a pretty nice micro and get it like in transition to H2, which is pretty good as long as the opponent doesn't come along. So we'll see if Dictator elects to do that. At the moment, just picking up 100 food. But I think he's still going to be aging 14 CDB. So, ooh, backcarded his hunt, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's a little sad to see.
Probably a 14 job. Yeah, it's going to cure the last settler. Yeah.
Yeah, if he hadn't backcarded this, maybe he could have queued Gangsaw preemptively. Sometimes you can do that as France when you get a nice food treasure in H1. But it doesn't really make a big difference either way.
Yeah, right. So if I have a look on decks, I can see 2 Caravel in the Knuschelbär deck, maybe preemptively anticipating some water play.
Yeah, it's about as minimal on water as you can get. Just 2 Caravel, not even a frigate. But it's always nice to have that card, I feel like, on any map where there's a water spawn point, because you never really know where the game is going to go. And this map can be a little sparse on resources. I mean, we see players have a decent amount of hunts on the plateau, but you know, they can quickly sort of lose map control, lose access to this, and I'm quite frankly surprised we haven't seen more docks on this map, because there are 5 whales as well. So that's, or 6 whales, so that's pretty decent late game coin economy as well.
Yep, that's totally viable. I believe it's quite harder to defend than maps like Florida or Manchuria, where you have more space for the water. But yeah, definitely something viable.
And also, I mean, this trading post used to have 4 TPs when it was first unveiled. That was subsequently nerfed to 3 trading posts because kind of made civs like Portuguese or Spain with the ATP card quite strong on this map. So the stagecoach potential is still there, but it's a little less.
Right. So, okay, it's been nerfed. I thought that was random spawn, sometimes 3, sometimes 4.
No, as far as I know, it's permanently 3 now in 1v1.
Okay. Well, both players reaching second age. Let's try to see what they have in mind. Usually we see cav opening from both players. And yeah, Theater is going to drop a stable. And same for Knuschelbär.
Yeah, stable for both players. I'm sort of wondering about this trading post placement rather than in the bottom of the map where it's a little more out of the way for Knuschelbär to siege it. This is a little bit more open, and unless Dictator can maintain a cavalry advantage in H2, which can be kind of difficult to do versus Germany, he could see this trading post siege down. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult to defend that for sure. And 3 settler wagon for Germany and 4 CDB for France. So pretty standard opening.
Yeah, very standard and nice Nat Scout placement here. I guess his TP affords him line of sight of mid-map, so Dictator smartly put his Nat in stealth mode in the bottom, and he's going to spot those 2 Ulans before they even get in base. So really shouldn't lose any villagers here. And nice, actually, baiting with the 5 Hus, and those 2 Ulans are just completely dead.
Yep, nice catch from Dictator. He's got village HP too, so thank you CDBs. And 700 coin coming second, so let's see what he tries to do with that. Either gonna make more cav or gonna go for a quick age up maybe. So he sniped the 2 rounds, which means that he's pretty much safe to poke a bit with his Hus on the map.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to be careful, though, of another batch of 5 Ulans from Germany. With that 700 coin, he's really committed himself to aging up, so it looks like he's just going to go back with his Hussars and just sort of defend in base. I think in base you can sort of take, you know, 8 to 10 Ulans quite easily, but if he gets out on map, it gets a little dicey. So he's just going to stay in base. Meanwhile, Knuschelbär is also playing a little passive. Although it looks like he's pushing out now. Like I said, maybe he's going to apply some pressure to that trading post. So you can use his Explorer to maybe stay in front and see what sort of cavalry is coming from Conqueror. And that's exactly what he's doing now. So Knuschelbär can just freely siege this as much as he likes. And even sending 1 Ulan back to pick off the French Explorer back here. So pretty solid play from Knuschelbär right now. And I expect we'll see 700 coin coming from him next and follow Dictator up to H3.
Yeah, that's probably his plan. That's a really quick SNFF from Dictator, although he's gonna lose his TP for sure. Does he have more Kevin Q just in case? No, he doesn't. So he's gonna rely on making goons. Although Knuschelbär got the window to maybe idle a bit.
Yeah, maybe. Sending 2 Ulans off here to kind of skirt around the edges and 8 Ulan around the side. Maybe he wants to pick up this 210 coin, but his Explorer isn't really in a position to. He's just going to be laying down another trading post. And Dictator, like you said, I mean, he's up quite a bit sooner than the German opponent, which we don't always see in this matchup, but he's extremely wood-starved. You know, he's only got 8 available population, and in some instances, it may not make sense to go for this aggressive FF if you send like 1,000 wood first. So yeah, picking up the native scout, that's really big.
Right, he's gonna go for 5 Dragoons and try to put some pressure. Oh, he's gonna catch all these Ulans.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, really nice Ulan pickups from Dictator here in this game. If you can clean up Germany's H2 Ulan mass, France is sitting in a really nice position, not losing a single CDB, which is key, of course.
He lost 1, but for 5 Ulans, which is actually quite a good trade, I believe. And look at Knuschelbär Bank. This looks like industrial gameplay.
It might be. If we look at his deck, he doesn't really have industrial cards other than the 2 factories and the heavy cannons. But it is a lot of resources. He's not making units in transition. I think we would normally see Germany make Ulans, but perhaps he just really wants to commit to a Skirm War Wagon or something along those lines. But he's going to find himself under a lot of pressure here. We see 8 Dragoons coming in, 5 Hussars, and it's going to be 30 seconds before that German shipment actually arrives.
Yeah, so he's gonna make units actually. He's got skirms and war wagon in queue.
Yeah, and Minutemen coming out, so we'll see how this trade goes. It looks pretty decent for Dictator, but I think Germany's going to be just fine holding. But cleaning up the
Yep.
rest of those Ulans, so still quite nice.
Oh, kilo settler wagon here. Not quite.
Not quite. And
1K
1,000
wood
wood.
to Germany. Okay, it's really greedy.
Yeah, it is.
And
guess-
1K wood for France. I like this follow up, putting some pressure with the dragoons and going for 1K wood so you can get Raxes because this somehow doesn't allow him to get any Rax.
Yeah, I like it too. It's something that I've sort of first seen from Kaiser, something I've taken from his gameplay, is that he likes to do this a lot, which is when you age up before your opponent to age 3, send a unit shipment so you can apply some pressure, and then follow up with 1K wood to get all your infrastructure in order and follow up with the bigger timing. And I think it was pretty effective for Dictator. I mean, he cleaned up a lot of Ulans. Maybe he was overstaying his welcome when those war wagons popped just slightly, but at any rate, you know, it's a pretty even game here.
I think he kind of traded his H2 Cav for a few skirmishers, which is fine, I think.
Yeah, well, Dictator's currently on berries and base a bit, which is not ideal. He's laying down a wall segment here in the west of the map to lock down this hunt in the corner. But
Look at this sneaky Yulan waiting for the CDBs to come on his front line.
yeah, that is pretty sneaky. Sneaky Nush.
Exactly. And we see that followed by 8 skims by both players.
Now, it looks like Knuschelbär is going to be the first to apply some real pressure here. Going to siege down Conqueror's trading post, which he rebuilt in the middle of the map. And looks like Dictator's gonna push out to try to defend that, or at least poke a bit with the skirms. That one Ulan is annoying the CDBs, and not sure that Dictator has seen it quite yet. It's going to pick up at least one. Meanwhile, that trading post will go down. Yeah, and still that Ulan is not noticed. There's one Hussar here. It could easily pick it up.
Wow. It's already 2 CDBs.
Yeah, this is huge.
Finally tasking the house on it. I'm gonna try to micro it. Yeah, there we go. So the eco is quite even right now.
Yeah, it is dead even, but France has lost 3 CDBs, which is not ideal, of course.
Obviously, yeah. And Vetulon's being researched, and this might be a first push from Knuschelbär.
Yeah, Dick's got
He's
really got to kite this well. Doing a nice job sort of keeping his dragoons off the skirmishers so they don't run into each other. But yeah, the skirmishers kind of stuttered there and allowed the Ulans to get the snare. And this is kind of what Germany wants, right? They send their big Ulan shipment, just get way ahead in the skirmisher count. And it's so hard to crawl back up in the skirmisher count when you're already down. And 2 Falconets coming in now, but you know, maybe not quite the right time. I don't know. It's just, that was just a really nice trade for Germany, I think.
Yeah, very good trade for Germany. Conqueror has to be really careful with his Falconets. He's only answered to Jaegers, and his scum count is quite low, so the war wagon might be able to snipe them at some point. Does he have Jaegers in deck himself? No, he doesn't. Okay.
France, that is. Yeah, no.
Yeah. People tend to underrate the shipments, but yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I've never personally sent it, but Jaegers are a pretty good unit, so, you know, I think can be justified. Even though you only get 10 as opposed to 13, am I remembering that right?
Yeah, you only get 10.
Yeah, so it's not quite as good, but of course your shipments do come a little faster than Germany. You have the XP hindrance, and more walls coming out for Dictator.
It's still some kind of 20 scam shipments. Oh, nice wall coming in, but might be slightly too late.
Yeah, kind of poor timing. one CDB will go down for it. Looks like the Dragoons will maybe save the second. No, and so that's 5 CDBs lost in total for Dictator. And so now the longer that this game goes, you know, the advantage tips even more into Knuschelbär's favor. He's going to have to take a really, really nice military trade here soon. The War Wagon's pushing and going to pick up that 6 CDB of the game. Yeah, that's gnarly.
And we've got 3 clears here for France. Might try to go for a raid or just group that with his army.
It looks like Dictator.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to get some damage done here, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. All these War Wagons have...
I don't think he's got enough
Yeah.
right now. This War Wagon can one-shot Falconet, so he has to be really careful with his Falconet control.
Yeah, they got cap combat on him. He's gonna,
oh,
a nice volley.
Though.
Yeah. Even as stagger mode was coming in, did a lot of damage. And he's going to put pressure on this coin line, so this is Dictator's chance to get back in it, I think.
Yeah, let's see what Knuschelbär response will be. He's going to fight this for now.
Oh, yeah, that was another great volley. The War Wagons may be coming in a little late to the party. Going to try to pick off these Falconets, but nice control from Dictator, really trying to pull him back. And meanwhile, you know, these Crusaders are getting in. Bill's coming in to soak some of the blasts. This last Falconet is full HP. It's a close fight, but it looks like it's going...
Yeah, it's pretty good control from Dictator so far.
Yeah,
nice body again.
This Falconet is really nice.
This Falconet is going to die eventually at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
really good micro from Dictator.
Trying to slam his War Wagons in there. Unfortunately, though, there's nothing that'll kill the War Wagons in melee, right? We just had skirms and goons.
Right.
So they were able to just sort of go on top of that army, and yeah, it looks like Germany's just going to clean this up.
Yeah. Yeah, this is indeed GG. Very solid in micro from Dictator, but not enough. First trade with the non-Ulan was just too good for Germany and kind of snowballed.
Yeah, it's always tough. I feel like playing this matchup from France's perspective, you have to play really, really clean.
Yep, GG. So that's 1-0 for Knuschelbär. Yeah, indeed. I think Germany is like a better version of France. Better shipments. And...
yeah, I think so too. So Knuschelbär taking game 1, this play all 5-game series. So that's 1 game to the Nilla Ninjas over the Mandarin Duck Squad in the second week of the EPL. So yeah, let's take a quick look at the graphs. Military unit pop kind of usually tells the story. A couple of really nice trades here for Dictator in age 2 and an early age 3, but yeah,
definitely a better opening for Conqueror, but not enough. We can see the German remass. At 10 minutes, he had 11 units, and at 12:30, he had 70 units.
Yeah. Just a really nice last fight there.
Yeah.
So, all right, well played. Get on to game number 2.
Yeah. Also, Germany being able to have cap combat in these fights, making his War Wagon just much more tanky.
Yeah, War Wagons with cap combat are quite a good unit. Back when Ulans were sort of all the craze, people didn't really make War Wagons all that much. But when we saw the Ulan nerf, I feel like more War Wagons came out, and with cap combat, they get like 750 HP or something along those lines. It's just insane.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's pretty good indeed.
It's kind of a hard unit to micro though, right? Because they have the really clumsy turnaround animation. And you know, if you don't split them well too, they overkill just a ton. But with solid micro, it's pretty scary unit.
Right. So it's Knusch's time to pick first, and he's gonna go for Japan. All right.
That's interesting. I feel like Japan is susceptible to being counterpicked quite easily, but this is an interesting map. I mean, just looking at the mini-map, they're just insane chokes that you can wall up if you're Japan and sort of play a boomier defensive style. There is a 3 TP stagecoach for Dictator if he wants to go that route as well. Of course, there are lots of lots of ways you can play Japan though too, and we see a lot of aggressive styles lately, especially with players like I Am Turk. But Knuschelbär, I haven't really watched him play Japan too much.
Same for me, so it's gonna be a lot of surprise.
Yeah, I wonder what Dictator's going to pick. Might be consulting with his team here.
Oh, yeah,
Germany.
Preemptive picked Germany, but nothing confirmed just yet. Never mind, he's greening up.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be it.
And Germany again for game 2. Germany haters are gonna talk.
Yeah, of course, there's been a lot of talk about nerfing this civ and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure we'll see some changes. Well, the beta's already out, I think, for EP7, so or EP8. I forget the iteration.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say something wrong, but I think they changed the 3 settler wagon shipment to 2 settler wagon plus a veil.
Yeah, I believe that's correct as well. So we'll have to see if that makes it into the final version of the ESOC patch. At any rate, this is still good old EP Germany, so all their settler wagon shipments are still there. Ulans just have some nerfed hit points, but still a very, very strong civ.
Right. We've got a wood start, so 3 TP for Germany.
Yeah, it's nice. He's going to go up to the top of the map, where I think that's the first pass. Although I think you can get first pass up at the top left, so never mind.
Yeah. Either way, that's not the biggest deal. I'm just gonna get the pass no matter what.
Yeah. So both players happy with wood start. Of course, Japan is going for the meta build early consulate, and he only had to chop just a few wood, and actually chopped the amount of wood you used to need, which was 108 or 107. But shrines are a little cheaper now, so I think it's only like 102. Not a big deal, but that's something I do whenever I play Japan too. Is I still chop the old amount of wood, just because I'm used to it.
What do you think about the map? Also, the map spawn. I believe this is slightly far, but hard to compare because there's Japan playing, so not really relying on foot.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah.
Personally, I guess we've had sort of troubles with this map spawning super consistently, but I think that's about as much as you can ask for on this map. So.
All right, so we'll go with that. And 90 food for Japan, a coinless treasure. Obviously, you're gonna try to speed his age up.
Yeah,
it's going Portuguese consulate also.
Yeah, and he's gonna stumble upon 80 food too. So this is gonna be a nice age one for Japan. Gonna have a quick H2, and meanwhile, Dictator I don't think has picked up a treasure. Oh, he's got a Native American warrior, so it's gonna be helpful to harass the Japanese monks as they shrine around the map, and it looks like he's gonna go and pick up this Cherokee rifleman as well. It's gonna be a nice age one army there for him.
300 wood for Japan. What do you think he's gonna do with that? Dropping more shrines or?
Yeah, good question. It looks like he's gonna go for a trading post. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Japan Japan has a lot of options with their builds, which is something very interesting and unique to the Civ. It's not something I'm super familiar with, but they have all sorts of these openings, right? 2 villagers, they can send Kami, they can send 300 wood, they can build a consulate, they can skip the consulate, all sorts of varieties in their play. But it's like 300 wood and a trading post, so.
That's such a fast age up from Japan with these 2 for treasure. It's gonna H maybe before Germany.
Yeah, it's actually insane. And one villager on the Teshuga Shrine Wonder.
Yeah, and what I was wondering is happening the third hunt from Germany getting shrined.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. But I mean, this guy's been creeping into towards his TC. And these Nats are just going to be a nuisance to Knuschelbär and base trying to harass these bills on the Wonder. But he is getting good scouting information about how quickly this thing is going up. And, you know, I mean, it
Yeah,
looks like
and
this 300 wood is not going to go into sort of early aggro build, but he's just going to spam shrines and maybe thinks that taking that trading post is going to be nice to deny Germany the stagecoach.
yeah, we could. I mean, Conqueror could wonder what was Japan first shipment, but I believe as soon as he saw the TP, he knew that it was 300 wood.
Yeah, and like we said, Japan actually reaching H2 before Germany, and a quick barracks being thrown in base, so might see something like some Ashigarus just to defend some of these shrines and maybe apply pressure to the German TP. We'll have to see
Yeah,
what Conqueror's response is.
he's going for 3 settler wagon first. We can see that with his population
Yeah.
being on 29 right now. And yeah, so as you were saying, Japan just shrining a bit everywhere.
Yeah, and
Oh
no
yeah,
military
that's...
building yet. I don't know where this guy's going. I think he's trying to scout for a hunt that's here, but
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. You know, sending a settler wagon, I guess normally you'd use a villager to do that. But in-base stable coming out now, and 5 Ashigarus are already on the field, so stable is maybe not what he wants.
It's interesting, he's starting stable.
Yeah. But Dictator's hero is going to scout this, and 5 Ashi being sent first too, so this is sort of a semi-aggro build here from Knuschelbär. We might call it some sort of counter to just like a standard Ulan semi-FF, because once these Ashigaru get in base, you know, well, I mean, I guess with Ulans and Minutemen, it's fine.
I see. So it seems like Dictator is going for an AKFF this time. He's trying to look for his hero. He's gonna find it, but he's gonna prove home.
Yeah, Knuschelbär is doing a nice job shrining the closest hunts to Germany. Quite annoying for Dictator, to be sure. And
yeah, definitely.
those Ashigarus are just circling back home? No, it looks like they're pathing towards this TP on the right.
See, so yeah, 5 Ashi followed by 600 wood, but not much Knuschelbär is doing with these Hashi arrows though.
Yeah, maybe missed a volley there, but still picking off a lot of HP against these Ulans, preventing the raiding pressure in base, and still going to comfortably take down this trading post. I don't know if it was worth 5 Ashi at the start. Maybe it is, because it's Japan and they just scale so well. And he's sitting at 120 Shrine Pop, which isn't by all means terrible, but still continuing to spam out Ashigarus, and looks like he has no intention of aging anytime soon. Meanwhile, Dictator just hit up to the age 3.
Right. He's gonna go for some Yulon raid. They all fall for Ashi arrows picking up one Yulon, pending raids.
Yeah, and he's quite popped at the moment. I think that could be the 8 skirmisher shipment coming out. I would expect it to be 8 skirmishers because he only has a stable in base. But
yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to see.
Japan keep booming, sitting on 38. Recalculate eco pop right now. Yeah, as you were saying, hate skirmisher shipment now.
Ace Scrim's coming out. I would like him to see or try to take care of these shrines somehow.
Yeah, something you will have to have a look later on.
But in the meantime, I guess just wanting to apply pressure to what is currently the only, I mean, just pure Ashigarus from Knuschelbär. So these skirmishers are going to be very effective. But it's kind of a big map, and it's a long ways to get there. 4 war wagons being trained from the stable.
Right, so we see a stable also for Knuschelbär. So might train some Nagis now with 600 coin.
Yeah, he's got 6 Nagis in queue, so he must have researched Bushido practices from the consulate, which allows him to train 10 units in one batch, which is very nice for Japan because their economy can just get so insane so quick.
Yeah, we also get some Ashi raids on the bottom. But pay attention because these girls don't have vill HP and he's gonna lose one.
Yeah, Miniman cleaning that up though. Meanwhile, some pressure being applied here, but if Knuschelbär can get out another nice Nagi batch, he's got 5 in queue right now. I mean, this is going to be kind of tough timing to hold. And I mean, I might, yep, there come the Halb sentries here right now to snare. Club's coming to snare too, and Dictator's really got to micro his way out of here.
Daimyo coming in and another batch of Nagi, and this is going to be a complete cleanup.
Yeah, this is just a huge timing for Japan. I mean, these Ashigaru is so fast, it's going to be walk up and snipe these war wagons, no problem. The Ulans are not veteran, you know, really pose no threat. And yeah, I mean, even a club snaring these war wagons. So it's huge. I mean, 44 to 22, double the military pop for Knuschelbär.
It's funny that Hashis are faster than snared war wagons.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Meanwhile, that club is like going to pick off like half a war wagon hit point. And the thing is, these war wagons just can't afford to turn around because, I mean, their animation is just so crap. So 0 HP Minutemen coming out, but yeah, those are dead. And I mean, Germany has like 1 shipment in base to hold, and with that shipment they probably will hold, but Knuschelbär is just going to go back, content with the trade he made, and just continue to mass up. I mean, he's just got sort of 2 Ashies there, being very annoying.
Yeah, he's following his push by 2 cherry orchards, so it's gonna be finding food for a while.
Yeah, Japan's in a really nice spot for sure. And it looks like this, I mean, Jaeger's coming out, but...
Oh, the GG shipment.
But I don't know.
But yeah, he's gonna need more war wagon than that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Of course, Naginata's being a Lancer type cav unit, sort of specialized against infantry, so in many ways better against Jaegers than a normal Hussar unit. And yeah, these 3 villagers are toast.
Yep.
It's been really nice sort of army positioning from Knuschelbär these last 2 games.
Yeah, very good from Knusch being active on the map. And now, yeah, we reached a point where Japanese eco is quite scary. 2 Hashi are harassing vills on this command mine too.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's really smart play.
Out of food.
But meanwhile, I mean, this is a pressure to hold from Japan here. The Jaeger's coming in under the TC. They're going to pick off a couple vills, but Japan's so far ahead in economic population recalculate. And this is a lot of Nagis on the field, but he's not pushing in quite yet. I think he wants a better engagement. Some more free villagers to pick off for Dictator.
There's no way Germany holds that, even with the best micro in the world.
Yeah,
just run Hashis in and type GG.
Yeah, these Ashes are just one-shotting war wagons. All the Jaegers are snared. These Nagis like 4-hit the Jaegers. Daimyo getting in there.
Yeah.
This is the stuff of nightmares to kite in Germany. Like this, I've played so many games
Well,
like this.
Fighting versus Japan is always a nightmare, just because
Yes.
of fast musketeers. But
It's so annoying. Yeah, just total cleanup.
yeah, GG, well played by Knuschelbär.
Yeah, so far taking an early 2-0 lead. Knuschelbär pretty good. If we look at their week 1 sort of performances, Knuschelbär went 2-3 versus Lord Raphael, which is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
Dictator lost 3-2 to Samwise, but of course Samwise is also a phenomenal player. So
Obviously, every CMC players are quite good, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, of course. I mean,
Totally objective comments. Sorry about that.
Go CMC, unbiased cast all the way. But yeah, that was a tough game for Dictator. Didn't really make Villagers an H3 either. I felt like he always felt like he had to put pressure with his units in order to come out ahead, and just got right-clicked with Ashes, 6-speed Ashes. So that's cool, fair and balanced.
Yeah. I was thinking he would be fine going naked FF versus 5 Ashes first, because Knusch didn't do much with them. But yeah, he lost his TP, and Japan was able to just shrine the entire map and get insane equal at that.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting from Japan to go for that 300 wood build. You know, not sending Kami, but still laying down shrines all over the map, like you said. And shrines are still good, even if they're slightly more expensive and don't gather quite as many res. I think we're seeing more and more from Japan in this new style build orders where they don't have to go max greed to be good. They scale so well that even sort of these semi-aggro builds do quite nicely.
Yeah, totally true. So yeah, 2-0 so far for Knuschelbär, getting a nice comfortable lead over here. But still 3 games to go, so we'll see. Next we got Grenchako, and Conqueror is picking Dutch.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Dutch lately, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good Civ though, of course. Maybe also susceptible to counter picks, but I also know Knuschelbär plays a good amount of Dutch himself, I think.
Yeah, he's got also really good Brits, which he's obviously saved that does quite well versus Dutch.
Yeah. Generally regarded as a Brit favored matchup. And it's a decent map for Brits too, good amount of hunts. Could also see maybe China. We have some livestock on the map.
Yeah, how good is China on no TP? I know it's obviously better on TP map, but they tend to do quite okay on the TP also.
Yeah, I think they sort of require livestock to be played on no TP, like at a pretty competitive level. But I also know that that's sort of a matchup that I think just does well for China.
Right.
Yeah, Mew thinks it's like unlosable.
Yes.
I think they have a lot of options for sure.
What do you mean? You think that Dutch China is unlosable for China?
Yeah, pretty much. Or that they do quite
Yeah.
well.
I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I can't beat China with Dutch for some reason, but
Yeah.
maybe I play it wrong.
Like it seems like China can just do like 3 or 4 different strategies and they all do really well versus Dutch. But nonetheless, we see a Dutch mirror coming out. So
Yep. So we won't be able to double check that.
yeah.
All right, Scum Wall hype.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really
We'll
macro
see.
oriented mirror.
There's a few stuff you could do in Dutchmere. Obviously, going industrial is an option. It's probably not the safest, but it's an option. You can also cheese with a lot of house, so we'll see.
Yeah, there's also some, I think, variations where you don't build a stable and ship a pike and H2 instead. Some variations where you don't build a stable at all. Yeah, lots of stuff. But both players have 2 scouts, which is going to be nice to pick up these early llamas. Theoretically, should be split 4 and 4, but we'll see how it goes. Of course, both players know the general vicinity of where these llamas spawn, but it varies from game to game depending on how these pawns spawn. So
Yeah.
at the moment, though, it looks like, yeah, the llamas are going to be split 4 and 4 between players. So nice. Oh, as I say that, though.
Yep. Conqueror is gonna get 2 more llamas.
Yeah. It's a nice small advantage
Be right
for
back
him.
in a second.
Sure. Meanwhile, if we look at treasures, looks like Knuschelbär has happened upon 100 food. And yeah, it looks like he's going to go for that. Get melee range of this guy, crack shot the other. Classic, that's how you pick up that treasure. Meanwhile, herding, and so the first discrepancy, Knuschelbär is gone for an early market, and Dictator has not. So text completed. It looks like Hunting Dogs came in at 1 minute. So it's pretty nice for him, but might slow down his age up a bit.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No problem. Just talking about how Knuschelbär made a market in age 1, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, that was a good start, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something viable.
And he did pick up 100 food, so, you know, I think it works.
Oh yeah, should be able to age up in time.
Yeah. And, oh, Dictator's getting snared. That was like a 7 range snare. Very cool. That was insane. Well, he's got his envoy here, though, so I think with some decent micro, should be able to place his envoy. He's trying to pull it, but I think he should be able to place his envoy between the explorer and block the melee here. Looks like he's pulled it, though. Oh, no, got snared again. Yeah, I think it's much safer to just put the envoy in between there. But then I guess you lose the envoy to snare because he can't ever escape the explorer's snare. So.
Oh, you might have it. Nah. It's really hard to pull with the envoy because it's quite slow.
Yeah, it's super hard. But something like, for instance, China with the monk and the disciple, it's quite easy to pull because that speedy disciple. But yeah, this is struggle bus. I think it's dead.
Yeah. Well, it will die under CC. It's okay. Oh well.
Yeah. So Peter de Reuter dies, and Lord of Weed walks away unscathed.
All right, explorer name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty funny.
I was having a look on what's remaining on the map. There's this 105 coin, quite good, big.
Yeah, that is nice. 105 coin, 50 coin, 30 wood, 3 crack shot. Yeah, another 100 food by 2 jaguars. Pretty easy pickup. Yeah, lots of treasures remaining on the map for Knuschelbär, so getting Dictator's Explorer early in the game is going to be very beneficial, especially because we don't really see a stable in this matchup until like after the 3rd bank. So there's not really going to be units on the map to contest this Explorer for a while.
Yep, totally true. So Dictator is getting his hero back now. Let's see, both players hurting, making a first bank. I believe they're gonna both make a second one. Regarding the macro, a few years on coin, which means gathering a lot of food for banks.
Yeah. So if we look at bank speeds, Knuschelbär's first bank was up a little later than Conqueror's, but we can expect that because he went for the market in age 1. And looks like Dictator's going to lay down his second bank slightly sooner than Knuschelbär 2. Of course, these aren't big differences, but sort of the little things, as well as Dictator's building his bank with 4 villagers, and Knuschelbär's building his with 3. I guess in some thread somewhere it was determined that 4 villagers is the most efficient number to put on a bank. So
Right.
it's the little things. They're quite annoying, but
I'm not very good with math anyway.
yeah, I'm not as well. I sort of let people figure those things out for me. But I mean, in this matchup, this is kind of the only things you can talk about. So Dictator's laying down his stable before his third bank, whereas Knuschelbär's
Okay.
built his third bank and then is building the stable. So, you know, slight edge to Knuschelbär there.
Yeah. It's slightly a bit better for Knusch because of this H1 market. So you got more techs, you get banks approximately at the same time, and yeah, both players having 4 banks now.
Yeah, 4 banks out. Looks like Dictator's going to be able to scout this stable to confirm it's there. And ecos are equal, except for Knuschelbär just has hunting dogs and Conqueror does not. Although he does have the market, but that's just how this goes. With Dutch, you don't have that extra 50 wood to spend if you build all your banks and houses and stables. So
True.
but it does
Please
allow
give
him.
Dutch 300 with bank.
Yeah. Right. Gosh, they were so strong with that. But
Yeah.
at any rate, 5 Hussars coming out here for Dictator and 5 for Knuschelbär. So
Yeah. Pretty some things. Conqueror is going for 600 wood and the same for Knuschelbär. So let's see what they do with that. If they're going market upgrades, a second military building maybe, or a last bank.
yeah, I guess we'll see as well. I think typically you want to sneak in that last bank. And it looks like Knuschelbär has been getting a decent amount of treasures in transition. Got that 100 food over here, and he's picking up 120 coin right now.
Yeah, and same for Data winning to get this 100.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Yeah. So Knuschelbär is gonna age, and meanwhile Dictator made the last bank, and now dropping a barrack.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I haven't really seen mirrors where players don't go all 5 banks before aging. So Knuschelbär is going to find himself with a bit of a tempo lead here, already clicking up to age 3. Dictator's probably going to be about 30 seconds slower, but realistically, I don't know how much you can accomplish with that tempo, just given the walking time on this map. I think that 5th bank sort of favors Dictator, aka Conqueror.
Yep, I would say so too. Oh, he's going for the church
Guard.
cards. Greedy boy.
Yeah, this might indicate some sort of F5, perhaps? Look at all these llamas. I think he's getting ready to eat all these guys and go H4.
That could be interesting indeed, yeah.
Yeah, he's moving them to his TC. And, but I mean, this speedier age up from Knuschelbär might actually be enough to punish the F5 if Dictator goes that route.
Yeah, let's see what he does. If he goes for a passive play with like 1k with first, then this might be fine. Oh, he's gonna lose at least 1 vid here.
Yeah. A little sloppy there. Those Hussar were in line of sight for a long time, but
Yeah, that's unfortunate timing. Oh, killing all the llamas and gathering a lot of food, and yeah, this is probably gonna be an FI. Although it would be completely out of food after that, so
yeah,
I mean, you still get berries in base, but
hasn't really hurted much, right? Like, I think this was probably within hurting range. This as well. Looks like Knuschelbär's hurted in 1 extra. unit, and skirmishers and Reuters in queue for Knuschelbär, and like we said, so 1,000 wood coming out. So this might give Conquer time. Oh no. Yeah, you just got a Z move right here. I mean, those guys
Yeah, I
are all
think you
dead.
just have to fight that.
Looks like he's going to escape with 1.5 SARs, but still a really nice pickup for Knuschelbär. When you go for these FI strats, I think you want as many units. Well, I mean, obviously you don't want to lose units for free, but it can be awfully hard to hold timings, and any units you have in base can be super beneficial. So
Yeah, definitely. So Dictator clicking in, and Knuschelbär is gonna push a bit. Doesn't have such a scary mass just yet because he went 1k wood first. Gonna siege your house though, which is obviously nice. Coming Minutemen. Oh, getting instantly snared by the hero, which is quite good. So these Minutemen won't do any damage.
yeah, this is really nice hero placement again from Knuschelbär, just trying to predict what's coming from the other player so that he can escape his army just fine. And I think at this moment he
Yeah.
kind of sniffs something's up. I mean, why would you call Minutemen at minute 10 in the mirror if you're staying H3? And so I think he's going to try to apply some pressure. If we look at Conqueror's deck, he does have 14 skirmishers, 17 Reuters, 2 heavy cannons, sort of powerful military shipments in that regard. We'll have to see if it's enough. He's got only a stable up for military building.
Yeah, probably gonna go heavy cannons first, or maybe skirmishers. Losing quite a few VOs out there.
Yeah, units lost. 2 villagers in total for Dictator. He can't really afford to lose these houses because all of his villagers are idle in this TC right now. They're none chopping wood anywhere. And okay, we do see
Stragoods and hate skirms. Okay.
18 with the skirms. That's interesting here. Nice timing from Dictator though to pop us out at the same time, but 5 veteran hussars coming in here, and yeah, I mean,
yeah, these Stragoods are really tanky, but maybe this won't be just enough.
I don't think it will be, and I didn't see if Conqueror had a shipment available. He's not currently popped.
Yeah, he did.
He did? Okay.
Got something on the way. Maybe 14 skims would be good here. I don't know. There's still quite a few cav on the way and more us joining in battle.
Yeah, the Huss is a nice addition from Knuschelbär here. This is 17 Reuters.
It's also fine.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And he's bought his Explorer back under coin and got a crack shot in one of those hussars. And yeah, he's actually fine. Or, I mean, at least he's held, right? But
yeah.
Down about 9 villagers in the recalculated economic pop and down about 20 units in the military pop. But is up in age. You know, has access to these stronger shipments. Factories would of course be a huge advantage if you can sneak those in. But a lot of idle time during that whole ordeal.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna go for the musketeers. Forgot the name.
Yeah.
And the Stad Houders or something like that. Sorry for pronunciation if there are any Dutch people in the chat. And yeah, probably heavy cannons on the way too.
Yeah, musketeers with the 2 heavy cannons. Actually, this is gonna be really nice timing. 1k coin coming down for Knuschelbär. Interesting. He's got most of his villagers on coin as well, so I'm not sure what he does. He have an artillery foundry? Units in queue? No, nothing like culverins in queue or anything like that.
Doesn't seem like it, but well, we'll see. It should really work on. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Here comes the artillery foundry.
Meanwhile, 2us trying to go for raid on the right side of the map, not finding anything. Going to be turning back, although there are a couple low HP villagers in the back of the base here, but going to go back, and now Conqueror is pushing out with these, 30 guard musketeers and 2 heavy cannons and a handful of other
If we can
units.
find this artillery fund rate before Knusch can pop some culverins, then we
Yeah.
can find a good spot.
We do have one culverin already in queue, so I think Knuschelbär is going to be able to get him out.
Oh, we might see a big volley here. Ooh.
Yeah, pretty
There we go.
decent. Stagger mode coming in to help, but several go down.
I think Knusch is totally fine if you can get 3 cover out and just one shot to heavy cannons, because there's only anti-cav left and scums will just do really well. Going for a raid meanwhile, trying to keep Dictator busy.
Yeah, that raid's going to be really effective, but this artillery foundry is spotted by...
Right, and
Dictator.
that's just a big right click from Dictator, which is the right call here. There
Yeah,
we go,
one culverin coming out. It's going to get one volley off, but yeah, not enough. Only taking out about a third of the hit points for one heavy cannon, so Dictator's still got his window open. Some Reuters taking care of the raid back home, not kiting though, so they're going to get picked off by the Hussars. Kind of more important battle going on in base. Another artillery foundry, yeah, so that's just kind of bad luck by Knuschelbär. Maybe poor placement.
Yeah, quite a poor placement, but before he gets any calls out, now he's gonna... this is gonna be a huge window for Dictator to do a lot of damage. Try as many as possible. Wow, it's losing a lot of VOC2 raids in one. Getting a nice volley, calling Minutemen, but they won't do much versus heavy cannons.
Yeah, definitely not. Maybe just trying to buy some time. I mean, Dictator's mass is completely contingent on these two heavy cannons. Once these go down, these musketeers are just nothing to these skirmishers.
Oh, needs to be attention there.
Yeah, this is... oh, still, I mean, these are tanky units. Those heavy cannons, 75% range resist. It's just insane.
Oh, huge volley on the skirmishers.
It's looking alright here. I mean, Dictator's saved about 4 Reuters in base to deal with these multitasking raids. Although they're a little out of position, but Dictator sees. And just going straight for the town center now.
Yeah, well, there's no wheels inside, but yeah, still quite a good target. Going for factory now. I quite like it. It's going to be a heady Nico after that.
He will be, but these 3 Cols should take out these heavy cannons, and after that, I don't know what this army can really do. They're for sure going to get a volley off. I mean, he's got nice line of sight with this market. Taking out the full HP heavy cannon, that's huge, and this other one's going to fall to this volley here.
Yeah, and now he's going to trade the musketeers, and probably going to back the Reuters. Still, overall, I'd say quite a good trade for Dictator, just because you got some free volleys on skirms, kill 2 banks, and an artillery foundry, so...
Yeah, it's nice. He just has to catch up in military now. He's ahead in age, he's ahead in economic population, but he's just
gonna drop a racks now, but it's gonna take a while before he can match Knuschelbär.
Yeah.
Math.
Now the second factory coming out, so he still has 14 skirmishers available to send, which can be a really nice shipment. Yeah.
And he's also got the church up, so he could go mercantilism and yeah, gets extra shipments like this.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
14 skirms and infantry combat, maybe.
I would start laying down as many racks as possible. Honestly, if I'm Dictator, it looks like he's laying down a second stable, but
how is he gonna hold that though?
Yeah, I don't know. And he's just completely exposed to you on this side of the map, which Knuschelbär knows from these Hussar raids.
Yep. Yeah, losing quite a lot of views here, and yeah, looks like Knusch is gonna go for a slow push on the side.
Yeah, sieging that low HP house, that's nice. And I wonder if these factories are tasked to heavy cannons.
That's like 8 riders going down in single volley.
Okay. Yeah, I mean 89 to 30 military pop, even at 14 skirms pop here. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. One heavy
Got
cannon
another
does
cannon.
come out. It's training envoys to try to tank. The Colts are not necessarily in position to take care of that heavy cannon, but it looks like it was scouted by the Reuters, so Knuschelbär's just gonna kite his way out of here. And yeah, I mean, still, I mean, there are 3 Culverins on the field to outrange this heavy cannon.
Yeah. So being quite even, we have to keep in mind though that Conqueror's score is inflated by the Church Scout, so obviously his score is quite lower than that.
This is going to be really hard for him to hold. And now Advanced Arsenal coming out for Knuschelbär, so I think he's going to really upgrade these skirms.
Yeah, he's taking his writers right now also.
Yeah.
And they've got Cav Combats also. 2 heavy cannons from Dictator, but he needs to deal with this covering somehow.
Yeah, nice micro from Knuschelbär pulling those Culverins back. And
14 skins now.
Culverin's getting shots on the skirms, not the heavy cannons. But still doing pretty decent damage to these skirms, like killing 1 with each volley. And yeah, Dictator's just completely starved of resources. He has 13 villagers, land villagers, gathering resources right now on berries and wood. So he's not training much at all. Meanwhile, Knuschelbär is stacking resources to age. So this game is...
Oh, this heavy cannon 40. Oh my god.
That was huge.
He's got 4 heavy cannons now.
That's insane.
And then we go in this 3D situation, microing cannons from both players.
Yeah, it's super important. But yeah. Still, I mean, it's just not going to be enough. Knuschelbär is aging himself now and is in just a much better position.
There we go.
Finally, Culverin gets 1 shot off on the heavy cannons.
I don't know why Conqueror is trading right. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're all dead.
He's gonna lose one heavy cannon.
Yeah.
Gonna lose another one. Then finally getting a shot on the Culverins, but he's gonna lose his heavy cannons before.
Yeah, those Culverins got so much value. It's just insane.
Yeah.
All the heavy cannons are gone. One more being trained, but
he's got nothing to defend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG. It's now 3-0 for Knuschelbär, getting more and more lead in score.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice series so far for the Nilla Ninjas. They've at least guaranteed themselves 1 point. We'll see how the series finishes out to see how the spread really goes. But really nice game from Knuschelbär here. Sort of punishing the FI style the Dictator went for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, he was just way ahead in resources. Pressuring the resources of Conqueror all game.
Yeah, pretty well played by Knusch overall. I'm just restarting my game for sound.
Sounds good.
So, Colin, who's your next victim in this tournament?
Mine? Gosh, I don't know if I'm playing again.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't want to reveal our strats too much, but
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm playing next week, and then after that, it's playoffs.
Yeah, right. We gotta give our opponents a chance after all.
Yeah, so I don't want to just win the tournament outright. I think that's a little unfair. So, I want to make it a little close for the viewers.
Once again, totally objective comment.
Yeah. CMC all day. So let me pull up the EPL standings right now. So I don't. The series has not been accounted for. So excluding these games, the Cursier Management Company is in first place with a record of 25-15. Um, and then if we go by win percentage, the Nilla Ninjas are in second. They're 12-13. They're down -1. Of course, not all the games have been played this week, so just taking gross wins doesn't really count for it.
Yeah, we'll see after 2 nights, I think, all the games will be played, right?
There's still, I
All
thought
games
Kaiser
tomorrow.
had to play Raphael for week 2 and Samwise versus
Ah, right.
Cossack. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. There's Snow versus Lucas. I am Turk versus Maito tomorrow also.
Yeah. So quite a few more games coming out. But
Right. But easy for CMC no matter what.
yeah. Easy for CMC. So yeah, the Mandarin Duck Squad is currently in last. The win percentage is 36%. So this series might hurt them a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Knusch has to pick first now.
All right, map is Arizona.
Yep, it is. We might see Iroquois from Knuschelbär. I know he likes to play this civ on this kind of map with a bit of low res.
Yeah, the hunts are generally spawn a bit away from your TC, and for TPs, so Stagecoach is available. Iroquois is one of those civs that can often elect to go for Stagecoach. Um, Otherwise, it's a fairly standard map. He's going for Germany.
Right.
So this is the third game that we've seen Germany out of at least one of the players. I'm going to refill my coffee. I'll be back. Just 1 minute.
Sure. I'm gonna do the same actually.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I'm back. And we've got a German mirror. How
Nice.
surprising.
Yeah. I guess this is a matchup we've been kind of seeing a lot this tournament. A lot in every tournament, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty standard matchup. When you don't know how to counter pick Germany, just pick Germany yourself.
Yeah, no kidding. That's how I feel about Sue too. Like I refuse to play any civ that's not Sue into Sue. I just can't be bothered.
Could play Dodge. They do quite well versus Sue.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm just like too afraid of bow riders and dogs and stuff.
Oh, Paul Collin.
I know.
So back to the game. We've got food and wood starts. So this is gonna be nice for both. Obviously, you can just gather every crate and put all the settler wagons on on wood and start herding with the wheels. But Conqueror is gonna start herding with settler wagons. Both players going on this side of the map for their early TPs,
Yeah,
and just gonna have a look on the map.
slightly suboptimal herding with these 2 settler wagons for Conquer. Like Cassette said, when you spawn off the 300 food, you can afford to just put all your settler wagons on the wood. Not a big deal. As well, it looks like Knuschelbär is going to get his first passive XP a little bit sooner than Conquer, so he's going to get those 3 settler wagons in, or sorry, 2 settler wagons in just a bit sooner. And do you see any good treasures on the map, Castat?
On this map, you don't really have really good treasures usually. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got this one, which is very good, obviously. Just deny what I was saying. You've got this.
Oh yeah, 60 wood is nice as well. Kind of a nice treasure spawn for Knuschelbär. But other than that, I mean, there's not a whole lot here. Yeah. 80 XP can be quite nice if you see this before your first shipment comes in, but of course a little out of position for today's game.
Right. So both going TP, both going to settler wagon, I guess. Both herding, and yeah, not much to say. Do you often play German mirrors?
Do I often play German mirrors?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. I think I had sort of been playing them lately in preparation for B Winter because I thought that we might play German Mirror on Arkansas.
Right.
So from my limited play, honestly, I prefer to start out DOPS. I guess it depends on the map and your opponent's TP placement, but rather than start stable and like transition to DOPS, I prefer to just like only lay down racks, train a few DOPS, try to siege down the opponent's TP if I can, and then honestly maybe follow up with 700 gold right after instead of 700 wood then 700 gold. There are lots of different ways you can play it, but
Yeah, that's for sure.
oh nice, and 50 wood going to be picked up by Conquer. Honestly, what I struggle with in this matchup most is like once you reach age 3, it really seems to be a rock, paper, scissors game with what shipments you send. Like, I don't know, like, I think you can get an early Ulan advantage and just overwhelm your opponent who's gone like Skirm War Wagon. Obviously, if you get Jaegers out before your opponent can, like, that's a huge advantage as well. I don't know, it just seems like a weird matchup.
It's a weird nature nowadays. I'd say it's just because people before used to go Black Riders every time in German Mirror, but now it seems that people go more Skirm, Warwagon, Jaegers composition these days. So
Yeah,
I'll see how they decide to play that.
but I mean, I've definitely gone like Skirm War Wagon and transitioned to Jaegers and just been caught out by like a 9 Ulan, 8 Ulan shipment, like back
Yeah,
to back. So like I mean, in
problem
every
because
matchup you have
Warwagon
to,
are quite bad.
yeah, they are quite bad, and you have to really scout your opponent, I think. Um, yeah, man, we really did used to see Black Riders like all the time. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, that was like the first to get Black Riders would win the game because
Yeah,
that's insane anti-cav versus Yuland.
I think we would even see like variations where people would stack res to ship it first in H3. But yeah, definitely don't see that as often anymore. But both players have both Black Riders and Jaegers in deck, so
Yeah. So we'll see what they decide to do.
yeah.
Looking for dubs or stable opening. We'll see.
You have to see both players sending 3 settler wagons.
Yeah.
H2 and Mido used to prefer sending 700 wood first because they thought it gave them more flexibility, but I think 3 settler wagons is
Fine.
preferred. And yeah. That's a
Oh
forward
wow,
barracks.
forward Rex. Okay, that's okay. All right.
Yeah,
He's gonna pull back the settler wagon. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I usually don't see that. And I think that's quite risky.
I think
And
so
barracks in
too.
base for Knusch.
I mean, you're kind of committing yourself to H2 if at any point you get, you know, you are not in the double advantage. You just lose these 200 resources invested in the forward base. And like we said, that was a lot of walking time for Settler Wagon. So I'm not even certain he'll get out 5 Doppelsonders.
Oh, look at that. So Conk was going back to his racks, but he saw the Euron, so he went back. So he made sure that Knuschelbär doesn't scout the racks just yet.
Yeah, and he's actually going to path around the cliff, so that Rax is totally unscouted yet. And looks like 4 Doppelsonders are getting out for Dictator. Going to just immediately path towards that trading post.
Right. And 700 woods for Conqueror. We see 4 dubs coming out for Knusch also. Apparently it's quite hard to get 5 dubs out.
Yeah, I guess these guys are pretty expensive. They're like 75 food, 125 coin, or 150 coin?
Yeah, even more expensive than Eurons.
Yeah, that's insane. And I mean, this is like, I mean, the forward rack's just so risky. Conqueror's gotta pull back from the TP just to save it.
Should go back. Yeah,
Oh,
there
but
we go.
nice snare though here. The pop, and these other Doppelsonders are gonna go forward.
It's gonna get away, but that was something to be expected, to be honest. You see your opponent Helmi going back and usaging a Rex producing dubs, so... Oh, Minutemen coming out, okay.
He's gonna try to take that trade, and now actually pushing back Dictator.
Wow, that's actually a really good trade for Knusch.
Yeah, that's huge. 3 more Dops coming out. Oh, man.
Can sack one dub, maybe? Oh.
I think he's trying to pull him, but I mean, it's not enough Ulans kind of really to pull this.
There we go, now he can.
So the barracks is not being repaired, and actually the snare gets back on these guys. Now this is a really tough position for Conqueror. He's just going to sack the FP.
Totally overcommitted from Taylor.
The nice thing is that Knuschelbär has, I mean, he has forced 8 crossbows to come out, which he didn't necessarily need. But
yeah, but I mean, Dictator got 0 military building in base, and now this timing is actually super scary from Knusch. He will be able to make a lot of damage, and he's gonna even catch those Ulans too.
Yeah, 5 Dops are in queue for Conqueror, but actually, so these 8 crossbows were super nice adaptation. Yeah,
that's just GG. Yeah.
Honestly, these Minutemen just completely swung it. It's possible that Knusch would have gotten advantage with 8 crossbows later, but these Minutemen were just such a good trade for Knusch. And they're still all alive. Like, there's Conqueror's Explorer's dead. There's just no ranged unit that can pick these off.
Trying to drop this, but this is gonna be Knusch's first target as soon as he's done with this TP.
Yeah. And meanwhile...
He could even age, meanwhile.
I think he's going to, yeah. And just sort of scouting with these Minutemen. Gonna maybe get a cheeky villager kill. Not quite.
Close enough.
Yeah, but still, I mean, these Ulans are gonna right-click the villagers, and now it's dead.
Yeah. Although Knusch can't click in just yet because he's moving all his vills, but yeah, doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, he's still up, and also had military unit pop while aging, so that just sort of explains how well this game has gone for him. Yeah, just gonna right-click this army. There's nothing Conqueror can do. And have we seen a 5-0 yet?
Oh, there we go. 5 Eurons popping up. Might be just enough, but...
there's still like 2 Doppelsonders alive, so... Well, although actually nicely focused by Conqueror here to take those down.
Anyway, Knusch is up to H3 now, so...
Yeah. think Dictator might just resign when he's seen that. Well, I guess he's seen it, but
Yeah. Yeah, he's got even 2 free Yulan to target Vias.
yeah, they're gonna get punched by some settlers, but one villager going down.
Doesn't have heal HP.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The hero is gonna kill a Vil.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Goes down.
MVP.
Oh jeez, who would lose a villager to a hero? What kind of noob does that?
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Still no heal HP.
Yeah, I lost a villager to a hero too in the tourney game. Yeah, that's gonna be GG. And Knuschelbär is,
Well played by Knusch.
yeah, he's kind of playing OP today. Like,
Yeah, he seems like to be a level on top of his opponent today.
yeah, just really nice strategic decisions. You know, nice tight build orders. Like the army positioning, I think, is really great. He's really active with his units. You know, scouting with the Minutemen, all those sorts of little details. You know, proving his worth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Wow, we can see this trade went so bad for Conqueror.
Yeah.
They had the same army and just Knusch popping more stuff and catching everything, and then yeah, it just snowballed.
Yeah, once those Minutemen came out, like Nish didn't lose a single unit, and Conqueror lost nearly all of his. It's just insane.
Right. In the last map of the series will be Errol Island.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Decatur has to be first and going for Brits.
Brits is a good civ. I wonder if Knuschelbär go for something like Russia or one of these sort of counterpick civs. Maybe India? Does Knuschelbär play India? I'm not sure.
I think he does, yeah.
I think India does pretty well on this map. That aggro can gain huge amounts of map control in the middle of the map, you know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. But have we seen a 5-0 yet in this tournament? I'm not sure. Oh, Wiki Cossack to Goodspeed, right?
Yeah, indeed.
That was a 5-0.
Yes, that's last opportunity for Dictator to bring back at least 1 point for his team.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's double check the standings so far. We can make some expectations.
Yeah, so if Nilla Ninjas get 5 games here, they'll be up. They'll be 17 and 13, which puts them slightly more ahead of SKG.
That would be a really nice operation for them.
Yeah, and like we said, so I Am Turk versus Mido, I think, is the last match between these two teams that has yet to be played.
Right. I'm quite hyped for Mido versus I Am Turk.
Yeah, I am too.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah, I feel like they haven't played each other in like tournament format all that often. Like especially since Turk has sort of, you could say, gotten really good. I'd have to double check the tournaments, but you know, and Mido is, I mean, he's a super good player, without a doubt, but he's one of the more inconsistent, I think, at that level.
Right.
So it really can go either way. But all right, here we are,
Yeah.
Game 5 in this Play All 5 series, EPL Week 2. We have Conqueror batting for the Mandarin Duck Squad, down in the series 0 games to Knuschelbär, who's up 4 for the Nilla Ninjas. Knuschelbär is playing Russia, the color green in the northeast of the map, and Conqueror is British in the color cyan in the southwest, I guess. So looks like it was a wood start. So
Yeah, it was wood plus food.
wood plus food, yeah, that's nice for both players. It looks like Russia's even going to lay down a market and going to try to maybe rely on finding some treasures.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. If you yeah, it's definitely something you can do actually, or just wait for your trickle and get hunting dogs when you reach 50 wood.
Yeah, that's nice as well. And of course, laying down that market gives you slightly more, gives you some experience to speed up your shipment. And he's going to snare Dictator right off the bat here, which is going to be nice for Knuschelbär. Oh, he's not meleeing. Okay, there he goes.
There you go. Yeah, and so what do you think of the matchup? Obviously, people tends to think it's really Russia favored.
Yeah, I think it is really Russia favored. Although I just watched Haza play the matchup versus someone who was like 10 PR below him. He played it several times on stream last night or a couple nights ago.
Yeah,
Where,
I've seen that too.
yeah, he won all the games as Brit, but honestly, like his play was kind of really good. Like really solid Brit
Yeah,
play. The the base defense was solid. The micro with the longbows and all that was really great. So I think, I mean, it can be won by Brit, but I think Brit just has to outplay Russia or go for some sort of surprise timing, like maybe low eco builds where they push the blockhouse while the second one
super
is being
fast.
built.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. I remember Maito doing that on high plains. So he went for um, a really early timing before Russia goes second blockhouse with the 700 wood. So he sent like 6 musketeers second, and it goes like Minutemen, like really all in stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of works.
Yeah, I think that's especially more viable if you can manage to age up like one bill early.
Right.
Yeah, Conqueror is aging just at the normal time here. But, the other
Yeah.
option is like just kind of outplay with raids. You generally have Cav on the field before Russia's laid down a stable. You can try to outmaneuver him with some raids, but
Right. So DK really has to work on that as soon as possible because it's gonna be his third hunt.
yeah. With with solid herding, you should be able to get that in no problem in transition.
Yeah, could also drop his tower somewhere over here.
Yeah.
Just between TC and the hunts. So Knush going hunting dogs, I believe. Is completed. Yeah, he did. We don't see any forward villages so far.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. That's kind of surprising. They come out now uh, slightly late. I mean, this isn't going to be an all-in build from Russia. I'm sure you'll get the blockhouse up before the 5 Cossacks pop, but something like a very early queued musketeer batch is not going to happen here. This actually hasn't even laid down the foundation, and he's already almost up.
Yep, so he's not gonna go really aggressive with his blockhouse. And really defensive outposts from Ridge, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, interesting. But we got a donation. I Will Spank You donated $20. So thanks for that. I Will Spank You.
Oh wow, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice donation as always. Of course, very supportive member of our community. We appreciate all the help, and maybe could have herded this in a little better, but looks like he's gonna still shoot it in. Be totally fine. And that blockhouse is just coming out. One thing to note is that you can build all three trading posts if you wish. So it's very much a stagecoach map if you want to.
Yep, it's quite hard to defend the top TP or the one-on-one, but yeah, something possible.
Oh, 5 Cossacks coming at the TC. Did he really want to kill the Explorer that bad, or did he mess up his ship mid spawn? I don't know. At any rate, he's going to go down, and yeah, Russia adding a trading post here. So if we look at units in queue, no units in queue at the blockhouse. He's going to really go for a stagecoach build, I think. And I don't know if dictators realize this. I think if you see Russia laying down trading posts, you can maybe push the blockhouse and get a timing, but he's sort of going passive in base with longbow pike and walls, yeah.
Yeah, that's really curious build from Knusch. She's got strelets in queue, and Dictator is going for longbow pike actually.
Yeah, longbow pike is maybe not the most optimal composition. I think you really want to transition to something like longbow Asar or longbow Muskas. Pikes are just going to get picked off by those strelets super easily. Meanwhile, 700 wood coming out for Knuschelbär. And, well, his Explorer isn't building any trading posts yet. It looks like he got a crack shot on a polar bear, and now he's going to build the one up top, yeah, so.
Alright. Oh, he might lose units here.
Bill here. Yeah, one bill goes down, and yeah, the Cossacks are getting on top of longbows. There's just not enough stuff here from Conqueror.
Yeah, he should have units on the way anytime soon. But...
He's got 5 longbows popping, but there's still 4 or 3 Cossacks left alive. Now it's just 2. Minutemen are tasked to the Cossacks and trying to get a villager there. Actually taking a lot of Cossack damage. Should be fine to push this back, but I think this is a really nice trade for Russia.
Yeah, I think so too. He had the 1v2 and managed to idle a lot and trade 5 longbows, 5 pikes, forcing Minutemen.
You can even look at it like this way, like he caught both these managers while they're being built. That could have been 2 extra villagers gathering for, 20 seconds or whatever.
Alright.
And yeah, Stagecoach is already researched.
Yeah. Really greedy build from Knuschelbär, and he's getting away easily with that. And now look at that, he's got coin, he's got Cossack in queue, but he could also decide to just cancel everything and age.
Yeah, aging would be really strong here. There's just no units on the map for Dictator right now. And I don't think he can push out.
Okay, he's gonna mass Cossacks,
okay,
which is also fine, I guess.
It's probably the safer way to play the matchup at this point, I think. You have Stagecoach, you want to build this final TP, and you probably want to defend it. Brits is sort of on a clock until all these caribou hunts run out. Then you'll have to push out. So I think staying H2 is maybe a good decision. But, oh, Dictator just clicked up the H3 himself.
Right. I like this age up from Brit at this point. I think he has to make something happen like this.
Yeah, I like it too. And now 13 Strelets coming, so this might signal some sort of timing from Knuschelbär. Units in queue, he's got 4 Cossacks in queue. Just 1 stable? Yeah, just 1 stable up.
Yeah, and I mean, how do you hold that as Brits? He's gonna need Cav for sure, but I doubt 5 house will be enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And it just takes British so long to age. I think some more strategic wall segments will help. He's got this tower, which he can pop the 7 longbows from if he needs to on the other side. He's going to build a wall here that's interesting position. I would maybe even just like preemptively send like 10 villagers up here. I don't know, because like here comes the timing and it's just you're gonna be so idled.
Yeah, definitely. And Russia is not even behind in eco.
Yeah, they're actually ahead with these 2 trading posts.
He's gonna go back though. Maybe afraid of something.
No, I'm not sure. Waiting for Boyars? I mean, it's just come in. Maybe
Yeah,
he's
this would
just,
have been really strong timing.
yeah, he could just be super content with just really starving him. But I don't know. He still hasn't built his last trading post. Okay, now it comes down.
Yeah, I think he spent the word on houses and students.
Yeah, but his explorer's grouped with his Strelets, so not actually building it. Or no, he's just scouting, I guess. Oh, now he goes back. Okay. At any rate, the age up comes in for Conqueror. Knuschelbär sees it, pokes a bit with his Strelets, but goes back. I guess he doesn't want to get caught by something like a 2 Falconet. Yeah. And yeah, Dictator electing to delete wall segments instead of build a gate, save some wood.
Yeah.
It's all right. Five Hussars coming out. Those are veteran Hussars.
Oh, that's a sad back hurt.
Oh,
Could have
jeez,
bring
yeah.
that under the TC. I mean, more under TC.
Losing a build of these Strelets, and there's so many Cossacks here with Boyars, and actually a ton of Musketeers. Just double the stuff for Russia. Like, this is going to be super hard to hold.
Although, vet house are gonna do a lot of work, I believe.
Yeah, and the longbows are going to be DPSing a lot back here. Nothing to pick those off. Musketeers are a little late to the party, but still, I think there's just too many Cossacks alive. Conqueror's just sent a second shipment now. It's
one dragon pop,
seconds.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's getting immediately picked off. Meanwhile, these Musketeers are just getting up in the face of the longbows. Strelets raining fire behind, and yeah, I mean, what does Brit send to save face here? Like maybe 10 longbows? I think it's just kind of lost.
Yeah, I think so too. It's quite a bad trade for him.
Yeah, and all these villagers are going to be going down.
Yeah, now he's just way behind Eco too. He's one age ahead though, which is something going for him, and that's 15 longbows entering the battle.
Yeah, no Hussar and Q though. I mean, he's completely idle. Only has 8 villagers gathering food, so while there are no Cossacks alive yet for the Russian player, it's just nothing really going to clean up.
That's why.
That's a nice age up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking very good for Knusch.
Yeah, he's even going to maybe pick off a villager or 2 over here. Yeah, Conqueror's trying to lay down a wall, it's just not going to be in time. Yeah.
Trying to trap these units, but
this is a little sad, these villagers dying. These Strelets, man, are just so effective. I mean, veteran longbows aren't even DPSing them down all that much, to be honest. Yeah, little Musketeer raid. 2 Falcons coming out, but
yeah, but I mean, what do you do at this point? You're behind in eco, you don't have scary mass to push, because you didn't clean up under ATC. And yeah, Russia is sitting on 12 more vehicles than 3 TP Stagecoach.
yeah, Russia's so far ahead at the moment. Scores are technically even, but Russia notoriously deflated in score, and Brits are usually inflated, so Knuschelbär is definitely in a very commanding lead right now.
Alright. He's gonna go for a Musketeer raid, probably gonna pick up more wheels.
Yeah.
And going to Falconets himself.
Yeah, Conqueror trying to hang in though.
Yeah, obviously this is match points. Just gonna play that until the very end.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, Vet Cossack, some Cav Archers, and probably Vet Strelette soon.
Yeah, I think Cossacks do quite well in this composition. Longbow Dragoon just feels underwhelming. There's nothing to block a cavalry mass, especially when you
Yeah.
have falconets. You know, it's so hard to protect these guys. That you know, more cav archers coming out for Knuschelbär though. He's so far ahead, it doesn't really matter what he makes, to be honest. And I mean, even look at this, just like one Cossack picking off this villager up here. It's so nice.
Smart raid.
Yeah.
Yep. Dictator gonna scout the Russian army, so he knows what to expect.
I may not steer a
But he didn't see any cav archers, neither Falks. So
Yeah.
where are Knusch Falconins, by the way?
Right there.
All right, there we go. Thank you.
20 Strelets coming in, which
So yeah, the longer this goes, the better it is for Russia, and not sure if Dictator realized how far behind he is right now.
yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, he's getting batches out like 3 Hus. You know, his economy is just not what it needs to be. Russia's just operating on all cylinders right now. The score gap just keeps widening, and it's gonna have to take some sort of miracle trade for Dictator to get back in this. Yeah, he's gonna catch these like 6 villagers here. Oof. That's
Wow.
rough.
Yeah, it's painful.
And it just seems like Knuschelbär's army is always where it needs to be whenever Dictator's pushing out for resources.
Yeah, I mean, he still got his Cossack on this food, and he knows that this food is about to run out, so the next position to go is probably this one.
Yeah.
Wow, it's gonna kill even more vias here.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, if we look at units lost, I mean, the Dragoon's trying to get in here, but yeah, there's just no window for them at all. 26 villagers lost for Conqueror so far.
That's just GG.
Yeah.
The Cossack alone could almost clean this up.
Yeah, for sure. 2 Falcons not even doing much here for Russia, but Dictator calls it, and
GG, yeah, 5-0.
impressive showing from Knuschelbär for sure. I mean, Conqueror
Right.
is a very solid player, and he's just sort of dominated him. Like that was just super impressive.
Yeah, that was really scary play from Knuschelbär. Really solid. Didn't make. I couldn't spot mistakes, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you play without mistakes, that's generally pretty good. I would recommend it to all of you trying to get better. So
Right.
just don't make mistakes.
That's actually 5 points for the Nila Ninjas, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, it's pretty good for them.
Yeah, for sure. So with that, they go. I mean, they're what, 15 and 13 now. So their win percentage jumps up to like 54%. So up from 48. It's a pretty nice series for them. Just get 5 points like
definitely.
that. So that concludes that series. Let's see, next I believe we have, oh gosh, The Only Boss versus For Justice. Yeah, okay. So that's in 6 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, the only boss is in game at the moment, so I guess we could take a few minutes break.
Yeah, I'll throw up the overlay, and we'll come back when that match is all ready. So,
all right.
See you guys in just a bit.
Yeah, stay tuned.